Invoker was going to go Qualifier. Okay, it is actually not going to be core.
So support Spirit Breaker, it looks like, because DD is the one to quickly pick this up. So they do not. This is basically going to be like one of those, you know, FY or Puppy Moronic games where they just look to do it themselves, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a YOLO thing, right? Yeah. Like, you pick a Mirana just to try to land arrows. I mean, yeah, the ultimate is very good, don't get me wrong, but see if it works out for them.
Well, they are mathematically eliminated, so time to YOLO anyway.
Nothing to lose, just go and have fun, play Dota.
I mean, I guess you could try to line it up with a Spirit Breaker charge. It's not the worst setup.
And hope that you get a lot of bashes.
It's going to be a fairly tough Spirit Breaker game. You've got Shackle Shot, Cogs, the Rubik Lift, potentially. I mean, Rubik's the big one that just can really ruin this hero's day.
By the way, the charge does give, you know, vision the whole time. So in that regard, at least, you know where
you can set up for the sun strikes and the arrows. You don't have the...
I'm just really skeptical when I see like Mirana supports, because I've only seen like 2 players who ever land arrows reliably, and that's like Pycat and Sing. Like, those are the only people who I know off the top of my head who just land arrows. You know, Puppy is on and off, right? Like, he has good games, he has bad games.
FY has a really good Mirana.
Yeah, FY, true. That is very true.
But even then, I've cast games for FY where he just misses every arrow and they just lose in 15 minutes because he hasn't done anything.
It's literally hit or miss. Sorry, I had to
I liked that.
Okay, so what do we expect? We know the draft. Who do you favor?
I'm going to give the old boys the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say this Clowny draft is going to pull it off.
The circus is quickly going to be evicted from town. There is no chance in hell Old Boys win this game.
Owen?
Yeah, I think if Old Boys win, it will be a very flashy game with a lot of big players and a lot of very clutch sun strikes and arrows. But yeah, TongFu's draft is just too reliable. I feel like the lanes are just going to be ridiculously strong in comparison.
So either way, we win, because either we win the bet or we get an excellent
awesome game.
So.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm going to actually go with your side as well. So Drasko's on his own with that.
Oh wow!
Sorry.
All right, now I feel bad for Drasko. I'm going to go on Andy's side here.
I can't take a sympathy shift. You got to stay on your side, so you guys all look like fools.
But see, we win either way.
So. That's true.
And if it's a good game, and we all win, even Andy does, because then he has his draft or has his bet right. It's great. So I was actually gonna say, Old Boys versus TongFu first game, hand it over to you, but then there was another pause. So
this is where we look at effigies, talk about cosmetics, hats.
No, apparently not.
Spirit Breaker cosmetics are pretty legit. Saw him earlier.
Yeah, he's got some serious spikes there.
You got the Immortal as well, right? Yeah.
I didn't even know that thing existed.
That's so cool, though, because when
I have not seen any of the Immortals, actually.
It's called Charge of Darkness, yes. And then when he does his charge with this Immortal, he's actually turning into Dark Cow.
So it's just like a black cloud, like
yes,
pretty much.
It looks really cool.
It does look good.
I also like the Magnus.
Boom.
Boom.
Is boom ever a good thing?
No, I don't think so. Well, actually, in Dutch it means tree.
So
tree.
Neutral at best is what we're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Guess so.
Can you translate that one, Cheever?
No. No, that was
slightly
above my pay grade. Look at that set.
Oh, that little hat. It's so adorable.
So adorable. So, which Invoker versus Wind Ranger? How's that going to go?
Well, if he's Qualifier, he's going to have a really hard time laning against that. It's pretty typical. Like, Wind Ranger should win the matchup if the Invoker isn't Exort, but the later the game goes, he gets phased. He gets like one extra item. He kind of recovers.
Yeah, well, he went for a Null Talisman first as well.
I really hope we see Exort, even though it may not be the
I think he goes Qualifier with a Null, though.
Should be just fun spell.
I mean, you can go Exort Null. It's like a lot of base damage.
Why do I F on the Invoker? He never played this hero because they always had 430, who was the Invoker player when he was on IG. So I'm really interested to see how his Invoker is.
I'm sure it's really good.
Oh, we're gonna find out because it's time for the first game between Old Boys and TongFu.WanZhou.
Indeed, and well, we're getting ready to kick off here at the bottom room spot where we see both Zhou and YYF ready to contest with Jinka. They're looking for the bottom rune, and Weaver's actually going to leave it, and there's actually another clash up here. As we're going to catch it just in time with a very, very suspicious pause. I'm sure we're fine. Obviously, our translation skills aren't absolutely up to point, so we're going to have to just... the dots, I think they're kind of universal for the feelings that's being felt, especially by this gyrocopter.
So I'm looking at this arrow right now, and it's like in the gyrocopter.
It's a little bit of a weird one.
But he's not affected by the arrow debuff. He's only hit by charge. So that means that the Rubik's going to get hit by the arrow, or is the arrow hit the gyro? I don't know. Either way, this gyro is goner. No way.
He's gone out of the game. The arrow's hit him so hard he's lost his internet. So I'm going to have to have a quick pause here. But either way, I think this gyro is probably dead here. Who's he got back in him? He's got an AA and a Rubik. Rubik, because he just cast the telekinesis.
If this gyro dies, though, this fight is like immediately lost. Like they won't have any other damage output other than one chilling touch and a lift. That's not enough. They might get chased down. Does anyone have boots? Okay, so the Undying has boots. And then they need a cooldown on charge, but there's no clarity, so...
No, he's not going to have the mana for it. Oh, well, I guess... Well,
if they chase for like 20 seconds, he'll have the mana.
Then he will. But it depends how aggressive they want to go. Obviously, this is going to be a great start for the side of Old Boys if they are going to run this.
I told you, man, Clowny draft. I mean, in all honesty...
It can work.
WanZhou's draft is much better, I think.
Yes,
I want to root for the team that has the weirder heroes.
Absolutely. We want to see some of these long-distance arrows. We want to see some of these Into the Fog of War Sunstrikes. That's what we're here for today, between these two sides, but... Well, Draskell, can you track that? Well, I think that means G, because they're using the good old English. And we're ready to get ourselves in as we do catch first blood there. And that's going to go to the Spirit Breaker. The fight's going to continue with telekinesis onto the Undying. He's incredibly low. He will go down, so they do find the trade here. The side of TongFu, they might lose more. We see the Mirana and the Spirit Breaker looking to chase down the Rubik. Oh, but there's... Oh, here comes the Weaver. He's found the Rubik. Are they going to be able to find anything more? We're going to see the Spirit Breaker try and tail the Wind Ranger. But indeed, he's not going to quite have mana there for a second charge. But still, Old Boys starting the game there with first blood and finishing that fight with a 2-1 advantage there at the top room. So, and we're going to see a charge straight away. Where's he going to head for? He's heading for the bottom lane.
Yeah, he's just going lane. He's not actually trying to go for a kill.
So lane-wise, obviously coming out from the side of Old Boys, we're going to have this Spirit Breaker on the solo, safe for the time being at least, and they're deciding to run the Weaver on the aggressive with the support of the Mirana and the Undying. I mean, what do you think about the lanes coming out from Old Boys? Is this the best thing to do against TongFu's draft?
It should pressure the gyro fairly heavily. Like, you shouldn't be able to farm in this lane at all. And as long as Long DD is on his arrow game, they might even be able to pick off kills on top of this. Because if somebody gets hit by an arrow, there's not really much of a rebuttal coming out from WanZhou. They can lift, but that's it. Like, nothing else is going to be able to save, so... We are going to see a smoke up here from Sayaka and DDR. Indeed, straight away, heading towards the mid lane. It's a Rubik A combination. They're going to be able to pack a punch if they catch YYF going out a little bit too far. And maybe this is it. They prop down the Chilling Touch. Is going to catch onto both the A and the Rubik. And with these right clicks, YYF almost certainly going to go down a power shot there to ensure they get the kill. And TongFu claiming something there in the mid lane. On the top lane, I mean, as we were saying in the draft, they do have this Mirana, but with a Weaver and an Undying, there's not really anything to set it up. I mean, I guess there's a slow from the Tombstone zombies, but nothing too flashy. I mean, just look at the damage, though. With a Decay and a couple of Germinate hits, it's not a nice life for this Gyrocopter. You know, 2 stacks and he's down to 350 HP. Bottom lane, we're seeing Clockwork and Spirit Breaker just exchange a little bit of a fight there. But in terms of CS at the moment on that bottom lane, well, Clockwork's doing a good job at keeping down the Spirit Breaker a little bit. And I guess in a lane, obviously, where Clockwork's against a melee hero, we can expect the Clock to do fairly well in this lane. I think it would be about even. Spirit Breaker is very durable, so unless for some reason DD gets caught out by like a random cog and then he gets stuck with Battery Assault and it's leveled up, I think he'll be okay. The thing I like about this lane though for TongFu, of course, is the fact that with the cogs, well, as you can see mid lane, we're going to find a telekinesis from the Rubik. They bring him back and with the Chilling Touch, look at these punches. YYF, he's going to have to run and he's going to have to run a little bit faster, but he doesn't run fast enough. He goes down top lane. We don't see, but the aggressive tri-lane lives up to the name. They go aggressive and they're able to find themselves a kill onto the Gyrocopter. I'm liking this game already, Andy. 2.5 minutes in and we've seen 6 kills. Not really much of a laning phase. It kind of broke down immediately. Oh, hello. Hello, DDR. He's got the backup of Sayaka. Oh, there's your bash. Come on, 17%. We're going to need another bash. It's not going to happen because telekinesis is going to be there. Cold Feet will kick in. They're going to try and give him a bit of a tickle, but that's all it's going to be because this is a Spirit Breaker. You don't want to fight with this. Now with the backup of Clockwork, Spirit Breaker's got to think twice before going greedy here and maybe trying to bring down DDR there on the AA. But, I mean, this Spirit Breaker is built for fighting. He's come to lane with a poor man's shield and now an orb of venom on the lad. It just goes to show the power of early game Ancient Apparition, that they were able to rotate on the Invoker mid. Like, YYF died, and the power shot missed. Like, he didn't even land his level 2 power shot. They just killed him sheer damage output from right clicks. Just goes to show how dangerous that combination can be if you're not prepared for it. I mean, they're doing a really good job, I guess. Oh, hello. He's popped the cogs down with the Battery Assault as well. He's got a Radiant Creep there, so it's not doing that much damage against the Spirit Breaker now, but the Spirit Breaker is kind of on his own base. He's out of there. And he's got the backup of Mirana, who's now rotated down to this bottom lane. So, well, the old Clockwork needs to be a little bit careful. If an arrow comes through, they've got no vision here. So, where's your arrow? There's your arrow, and it is going to hit. Oh, my goodness. That's what we like to see. And a bash, just to rub salt in the wounds there from the side of Old Boys.
And well, that's a kill, 4-3 on the board, and they've left the Weaver on the top lane, but he's having a fine old time here at the moment. 19 CS on the guy, and well, the Shikuchi there, just avoiding the old rocket barrage from ZX Bingo. He's going to be A-OK. I mean, this lane is not nice for the gyrocopter, is it, on his own?
There's no way he can rocket barrage Zhou. That's the problem. Like, if he casts it and walks next to him, he's just going to get Shikuchi'd. So, unless he gets a lot of flat cannon shots off, he's going to have a very hard time functioning in this lane, even in a 1v1 sense.
Oh, he's got level 3 battery assault is just trying to see if he can find the cogs. He's going to put them down, just drain some of that mana at the Spirit Breaker. The arrow was thrown down on the bottom lane, but it did not connect to the clockwork. Top lane, we see Rubik and AA return on the side of TongFu, and they will find a telekinesis here with the cold feet. They've brought down the sentry as well, but he is going to be able to get the Shikuchi off and out of range of the cold feet. Now he wants to go back in. The tombstone's been dropped by 820, and they're bringing the Jara incredibly low. He's got a bug on him. He's actually changing his focus towards the Rubik. They've already killed the Jara. They might be able to find more here. Rubik's trying to do what he can against this Weaver, but it's not enough. It's going to be a killing spree for Zhou, and they might even find DDR here as well. He's got enough mana for another Shikuchi. Is he going to go in on this one? He's going to let the Undying tank the tower? Nah, they don't want to die for that. They're going to let the AA survive, and well, hello Clockwork, he's a little bit on the wrong side, and oh, there's a bash. Are we going to have another bash? He's popping out the battery assault on the Rocket Flare, bringing the Spirit Breaker low, but it's not enough, and well, 5 minutes in, the kind of the funkiness of Old Boys is working out, so okay, he's looking for the Mirana, and well, Mirana's going to find him, and well, Long DD says, I'm getting myself out of it, and he will do indeed. The Rubik won't be able to quite get the telekinesis off, and only level 2 with level 1 Fable, might not be enough anyway. Top lane, oh, DDR. He's been left all alone. He's going to go for the TP, but the Sunstrike's there. Will it come in time? Yes, it will. Another kill for the side of Old Boys. And the draft's working out absolutely perfectly, Andy.
So far, they're just showing the fact that their composition is much better at small skirmishes in the early game. All their heroes are very mobile. Spirit Breaker, Mirana, Weaver. You have 3 methods of getting in and out of fights, 2 of which actually just deal straight up damage. So these heroes like AA, Gyrocopter, Rubik, they can't really do that much.
And they've now actually rotated the clock here to the top lane. He has hit level 6 now with the hook shot. There's no one here to help him, though, if he wants to try and commit. Zhou, he's too low on mana for the old Shikuchi. He's bringing this clockwork incredibly low. The cogs will be popped down just to ensure that Zhou's not going to be able to chase that one down and look for the kill. All right, now we see a Trez being picked up on both the Spirit Breaker and the Weaver, so we can expect the aggression to be stepped up, and completed a killer as well on Zhou at the moment. Mid lane, how are we doing in terms of CS here? But oh, actually, well, I'll hold that thought for the bottom lane. Long DD. He's checking out. He's on his own at the moment, so we won't want to quite go in for this one as of yet. He's going to need a little bit of backup. I guess, though, with the fact 3 points in Exhort, a nice arrow into a Sunstrike, and leaping forward with a couple of right clicks, you could pick down a fair few people if you're on point.
Yeah, this lineup relies very heavily on landing arrows. We even saw bottom at the arrow landing on Clockwork to secure that kill. Anyone who gets hit by an arrow is more or less dead. Like, there's no counterplay to that. So that's one of the strengths of Old Boys composition, is not only is their early game very potent and they can fight at any given point, but they also have ways to get guaranteed kills that WanZhou cannot do anything about. Like, they just have to let the hero die.
Yeah, I think this is absolutely the best idea from TongFu, the fact they sort the lanes around. Oh, we're going to see a hook shot in the mid lane straight onto YYF. There's going to be a Sunstrike thrown down. It's not going to hit onto Clockwork. They do bring down the Invoker, but now with the Nether Strike, oh, Spirit Breaker brings down the Clockwork. He's going to look for more. Zhou's coming as well. There's Sayaka and DDR trying to help out this Wind Ranger. Sayaka just going for the TP out. They've got nothing to stop it. Can they get an extra kill, though? DDR, he's heading for Roche. He's saying, take me. Just take me, please. No, he's going to TP out. Oh, is he going to make it? Yes, he is in the fog of war. Very nicely done. DDR getting out by the skin of his teeth. But still, they obviously the fight going the way of the Old Boys. They get 2 kills and they only drop the YYF Invoker there in the mid lane.
They're moving around an awful lot. It is important to point out that even though Old Boys are leading on kills by a fairly substantial margin, their Invoker has 20 CS as an X-Sword Invoker versus the 41 and 17.
Okay, that's a pretty big difference.
Now, he did get ganked a few times, so he's been pressured. But this is still, like, doubling up CS this early is pretty impressive.
I guess on the plus side for the side of Old Boys, they do have this Weaver, who's farming at a pretty, incredible rate, and he's top of the net worth as well at the moment, due to the fact that he has been involved in a fair few kills. There's actually going to be a charge now into the Rubik on the top lane. Who's he got in the nearby to help him? It is just the AA, so we might very well see the the Weaver go in for this one. He hasn't quite got enough mana for time-lapse and Shikuchi, but he might not worry about that because the Spirit Breaker is just going to go straight in on Sayaka there. Oh, the Sunstrike is going to be on point, and now Zhou should be able to clean this one up. Well, it's actually going to let the kill go the way of the Spirit Breaker. They're going to look for more. They want to find DDR here as well. They're going to have a charge in a bit, and in 1 second, where's your charge? Oh, I haven't quite got vision of him. They try and get it here with the Shikuchi. Now they've got it. DDR's in a whole world of pain. There's going to be a TP coming in, but it doesn't matter because the AA's already dead. Maybe the clock... No, he's got no mana. He's coming to lane with the TP, but he can't pop down any cogs or battery assaults, and Zhou will be able to run away. The Spirit Breaker simply TPs out, and Old Boys once again getting away with the crazy amount of aggression that they're applying 9 minutes into the game.
I love how in this lineup of all heroes to be farming right now, it's 820. Like, he's just sitting in bottom lane hitting creeps. He's like, yeah, whatever. I'm undying. You guys actually have all the kill potential right now. Unless for some reason WanZhou comes to us, and then I can actually do something. So, I gotta say, they're definitely making it happen here in the early game. If they continue this kind of momentum, it's gonna get to a point where that Rubik and that AA just become fodder. And there's gonna be almost nothing they can do. Like, this AA is level 3.
Ooh,
they're both level 3. The Rubik is level 3 as well.
Oh boy, we're ready for round... Well, I don't know what number we're on now, but there's a lot of fighting going on, and there's going to be a charge straight in onto the tower. Oh, he's going to hold back, and there's going to be a telekinesis bringing him closer to the tower. 820 actually drops the tombstone here, but TongFu aren't going to want to fight into this anyway, and they do back themselves up behind the tier 1. They've got the Mirana on the sidelines here, maybe seeing if he can get himself a cheeky little arrow, and he's going to go for it. Is it going to connect? Oh, Rubik, you just kind of walked into that one.
My wife, where you at, bro? Oh, maybe it didn't kill. How much health did he have? Okay, yeah, too much.
I'm sure he calculates it. I see.
Yeah, he was actually like 50 over.
Oh, 50 over.
I kind of overestimated how high level he was. He's only level 8 right now.
Oh, look at DDR. He needs to hold his breath there. Zhou. He's going to be okay. He's not aware that he is there, of course, at the moment. DDR just trying to soak up a little bit of XP, because getting that level 6 online on the old AA is going to be something that's going to help TongFu a lot when they look to go for kills. But so far, the start for Old Boys has been pretty remarkable, and well, we're saying it was going to be a fun game if it works out, and it's certainly fun for the side of Old Boys and their fans.
That's going to be fun no matter what. Like, you get Spirit Breaker, Weaver, Mirana. Like, that composition is built to fight in the early game.
It's going to be the... Oh, there's the arrow. There's a Sunstrike. It's not even needed there. It's just there to go on top of his grave. They find themselves a kill onto the Rubik. Your Spirit Breaker's on an unstoppable kill streak now. 6 kills, 3 assists. 11 minutes in. This is how you should play a Spirit Breaker.
It's a very typical run at the enemy strategy coming out from Old Boys. Like, it's something that even goes back into like pub mentality. You pick a bunch of heroes who fight really well, and you just run at the other team. And a lot of times it can be successful when, I mean, WanZhou showed their Rubik and their AA pretty early. Charge coming out here again.
They're going to go for it. Oh, they're going to cancel the charge here. The arrow was thrown through. It's just a little off point. Top lane, Weaver's just having a great old time here. He's got all the space in the world, 5.3k gold on him, top of the net worth. He'll back himself off now. And let's talk about the Wind Ranger. She's decided to opt for the Midas this game for the side of TongFu.
That's an interesting choice, but he is farming very well. Yeah. So I would say it's not even really that bad of an investment for his situation. Like, right now, Old Boys have only killed 1 tower. Looks like they're going to pressure tier 1 right now with the Mirana ulti, but I mean, they definitely know about this, so I don't think giving away an offlane tier 1 right now is too bad of a thing, but they are sending an AA ulti bottom. Or never mind, that was a flare. The A is not 6.
I was going to say, what's the A sitting on? Probably 4 at the moment. Yeah, it's still just halfway through the level 4 at the moment on your AA. So the supports, well, you can see there on the hero levels, the supports on the side of TongFu a fair bit behind that of Old Boys. The arrow coming straight through on the Wind Ranger. Sunstrike as well. It's going to be a hook shot from the clock, trying to catch out Zhou, and he won't be able to get the time lapse off. He goes down. There's a Sunstrike. It doesn't even matter. The Nether Strike's already killed the Wind Ranger. Now DD in the sidelines. He needs to get himself out of it. He's got that urn charge, healing him up, but ZX been going, and the clockwork coming in. There's no escape here for the Spirit Breaker, and it actually ends up there in a double kill for the side of TongFu. Maybe they find even more. There was an arrow thrown back, catches Elka. Now YYF, he's rotated in. They'll bring down ZX Bingo, and now the Mirana and the Undying will be able to... Oh my god, it's a triple kill for the clock, and is he going to get more? Is he going to get an ultra kill? Oh, the creeps. The creeps taking that one, but still...
He has 2,600 gold.
This is a little bit... Okay, says, well, we're buying Midas this game, and...
he got 2,200 gold.
That's a pretty good fight for the clock.
He got all the money from that fight. Like, the entire difference was just the money that he got.
Yeah.
That is completely insane. And Weaver getting a solo kill here top lane on the Ancient Apparition. Not really much he can do against a Weaver at this state in the game. And I guess from the looks of things, Zhou's just opting to go straight for the Desolator. So this is, I mean, it could be a BKB, but I think he wants to go ham.
Okay, there's going to be a charge here. On to clock. Long DD's trying to get in position to set up the arrow. There we go, following it through him with the right clicks and the star stone. They're bringing him low. He has got a hook shot. He's looking. Maybe can he bring this down? Oh, yes, he can. He finds the Moran and does manage to get himself another kill on the way down. Mega kill streak was reached there. Oh, the clock and, well, more money in the bank. And deciding to run the Midas, I guess, well, if you get that much of a cash influx, no reason why not to.
I guess so. Midas gaming for everyone. Like Midas and Invoker, Midas and
Wind
Clockwork.
Ranger, deciding to play.
Courier.
There's a Courier there, Joe. And,
he noticed it late. I think he's got it.
He's got it there with the Germinate attack. That's going to be a free Courier. And the Shackle Shot isn't going to latch. I mean, there's a Sunstrike. Well, Wind Ranger, I don't know if she got her hand. I don't know what was going on there. Bottom lane, they are going to catch up. There's more. No, he's got the charge across the Moonlight Shadow as well. He's going to be fine. 820 coming in, dropping the Tombstone. Now TongFu have to run. There's going to be a TP out straight away from ZX Bingo. 820 is just going to chase down DDR, who has got a TP scroll. If they'll find the kill there. And we're at 30 kills, 14 minutes, Andy. This is beautiful.
Well, I think we've realized what really needs to happen for a team like Old Boys to win. They need to actually be in a position where they just don't care. Like, they're just running and fighting, and it's just working.
It is working.
If you look at it, it's a really simple methodology.
Oh,
like,
man. Joe's got a Desolator 40 minutes.
I knew it, man. He's going Deso. They just want to kill. That's all they want to do. Like, the team composition of WanZhou, their lanes are really strong on paper. Yeah. But the kind of mobility that Old Boys have in the early game, they have no answer for it. So just non-stop fighting.
This gyro. If Joe wants to go for it, now he's going to look for something else here. He's going to
Oh, God, he's going to kill the ice cream.
DDR.
Run away!
Oh, my goodness. I think he might be dead, Andy. Oh, no, the hook shot! Oh, God, coming in to save it. Joe has to time-lapse out. And, saving the life of the AA there. And, Joe hanging about here. Shackle Shot won't latch. He's just going to Shikuchi himself out. There's a fair few heroes on the side of TongFu hanging about, so he doesn't want to stick around in the jungle. But, I mean, we saw the power there. You know, if that hook shot didn't come in, DDR would have been DD dead.
He almost got, like, one shot by a Geminate. Like, that's how much damage right now Joe is doing. So that is now noticed that he has Desolator out. But really, they still don't have a direct answer for the Weaver.
Oh, the arrow flies. Oh, Wind Ranger! Oi, it's like a magnet. She walks back into it. Sunstrike goes down. There's going to be a call out. There's no way she can get out. She goes down. That's going to be a kill going to the Spirit Breaker. DDR just sits there, TP's out and said, what the hell is going on? He does not want to be hanging around there. That's another kill for Old Boys. And things going fairly well for the Radiant this game.
But they're really reliant right now on the Clockwork, I think. TongFu going in.
He's looking. Oh, now Joe's to look at this. They're going to go for the Gyrocopter. There's a charge. There's a Sunstrike. ZX Bingo. He's in the wrong side of town there. Joe now on a killing spree on this Weaver. More money in his pocket. Top of that, 7.8k. I mean, if you just compare him to the highest on the side of TongFu, it's the Clockwork, understandably, after that fight at the bottom lane where he got himself a triple kill, but still, it's a massive difference. And now they're going to find more. Here's the Clockwork, the great clock we were just talking about. Well, that's another kill there for Zhao. Dominating kill streak on this Weaver. And 8 for 1 on both the Spirit Breaker and the Weaver. The aggression from Old Boys has been fanatical. It's been fantastic, and it's paid off. There's just nothing that TongFu can do at the moment to just react to this. They can't stop it.
There's really only 2 heroes on the team that contribute that much in terms of flat damage. So you have like the Clockwork and the Gyro. And you have to have the Clockwork go in, hit a good target. Like, the Invoker is not that good because you can make Forge Spirits inside of the cogs. Spirit Breaker would actually be really nice if you hit. And if you could actually disable the Weaver until he was dead, you would want to hit Joe as well, but I think that's less likely. Moran is a no-go. Undying is also pretty hard to take down. So there's only really like 1 or 2 viable targets, I feel, right now for XinQ to be able to actually kill. And the rest of the team, they die to the Weaver and the Spirit Breaker. They can't defend themselves. Like, what is the Rubik or the AA going to do if they get ran down? I mean, fortunately, Sayaka actually has level 6, so he can steal Shikuchi, which is really nice for him. Should make him a lot more durable in the team fights, or at least elusive, so he doesn't get caught out and just immediately explode.
Oh, this is a nice little Shackle Shot into the old Ice Blast there onto Long DD. And that's a pick-off that TongFu gratefully needed. And Wind Ranger now with the Shadow Amulet. Looks like we're going to see potentially just the Shadow Blade build for the Wind Ranger.
It's nice when you have a Shadow Blade just because the way the Old Boys are playing, they're not really fighting 5-man Dota. They're just kind of skirmishing everywhere. So the Spirit Breaker or the Weaver go in for a kill. You see like a Sunstrike or an arrow, and then that's all they do. Like, they get a kill, maybe like 2 or 3. The biggest fight we've seen so far, I think, was bottom lane. And with that in mind, the Shadow Blade is great because you know that if you find somebody, they're likely to not have a whole lot of people around them. And for the time being, WanZhou has decent warding as well, so they'll have good vision of mid in the bottom room.
Oh, Sayaka, he's got the Shikuchi. He'll spot out YYF, and YYF will indeed know he's there as well. And Spirit Breaker's actually going in for the charge. Look at this. Perfect placement of the Radiant Observer Ward here in the Dire Jungle means that they know when to go, but it's actually going to get dewarded by the side of TongFu, realizing that a charge was coming in, and they're going to be able to take down that Radiant Vision straight away there in the Dire Jungle. On the side of OldBoys, they're going to start pushing down this mid lane onto the tier 2, and I just don't know how TongFu can fight it. I don't even think they can fight outside the base at this point.
The A blast is a pretty big deal.
Oh, maybe! Oh, hook shot indeed! And Saka coming in with a scooter. There's going to be telekinesis on take 20, but the Tombstone's already thrown down. Sunstrike coming in onto the clockwork, and oh! Spirit Breaker will find the kill, but he loses his life as well. They've lost Rubik as well on TongFu, and oh, it's a 2-for-1 trade so far. Joe, is he going to look to go in for more? No, there was the stolen Tombstone that was popped down as well by the Rubik. But still, I mean, they take down the Spirit Breaker, but at this point, your Spirit Breaker's just cannon fodder. You throw him in first, and you just let the rest of your team go to work. And off the back of that, OldBoys will be able to claim this tier 2 in the middle lane. And we're only 19 minutes in.
I don't know. I don't think that Spirit Breaker death was that good. Like, he was 300. He lost 320 gold, and he was very close to BKB. So, yeah, trading 1 for 2 is obviously good. But if he has BKB, they have nothing but just hookshot and cogs to deal with him, and that's no damage. Like, they're just stopping him from killing your whole team, and that still means that he can nether strike out of the cogs. So I still feel like OldBoys lineup still has a lot of room for growth. Like, they can be getting a book 3 on YYF right now. He's got book 1, almost enough recipe for the second upgrade. And then you're also going to have your Weaver, who's continually farming, going for Linken's. And Linken's is very good against WanZhou's team because they really only have like a Shadow Blade Shackle to go on him, right? So if for some reason, like, Joe is going to have his Linken's only shortly after the Shadow Blade is finished, whereas normally that Shadow Blade might be able to secure 1 or 2 solo kills on this Weaver. Now that timing is just not as wide open as it should be.
Oh, well, we see top lane. The side of OldBoys, they're ready to try and claim another tier 2. The arrow flies through. This time it will be duped by both the clock and the Wind Ranger. Ice Blast is going to come through. It's not going to connect onto anyone. But it looks like the side of OldBoys just backing up a little bit. They're actually going to TP out to the respective lanes. Looks like they don't want to pressure that tier 2 anymore. They're happy with the fact that they've drawn TongFu all the way up there. And the fact that Joe here on the bottom lane, he's getting a lot of space. Pipe now completed on your Undying. And yeah, this is Weaver. He's got 2.5k on top of the Perseverance, on top of the Desolator. This is it's an incredibly rich bug.
I don't actually think I've seen a team like play this aggressive and be this successful with it so far. And I mean, this is the first Chinese qualifier game that we've had an opportunity to cast, so we haven't seen quite as many games as maybe the other guys, but it's still very impressive that they're able to keep up this kind of pace.
Ooh, what's he stolen? It's an arrow. I don't know if it's going to save him from this charge. It doesn't look like it. And the Sunstrike coming through. YYF says, hey, I wanted the kill. And there's going to be a nice blast that connects onto them, but they've got the pipe of insight. Now Tombstone's drop. There's going to be a nice shackle shot. They're catching both 820 and DD, and they will bring down the Undying. They do lose the clockwork, though. They've already lost 3 because Zhou's just doing absolute work. He's on an unstoppable. He's going to be able to find the Wind Ranger with the help of the Spirit Breaker. And a 4-for-1 trade. Yet again, another incredibly favourable trade for the side of OldBoys. And TongFu just getting dismantled by this team this match.
I feel that it's very important to note that we've learned one thing this game, is that if you have a Spirit Breaker, it is good enough to line up a Sunstrike.
Yeah.
His YYF has done it multiple times. If you think about it, you don't really need a disable. It's more about knowing how the hero is going to move. And it becomes very simple against Spirit Breaker.
Are they going to get wrapped here? 22 minutes in. Couldn't the side do anything? Sayaka coming in with a Shikuchi. And Arrow's just going to hit him! God. Oh, Rubik! Oh, he's down. Wicked. They've taken half the racks. They're going to take the full set here in the middle lane.
That was pain. That was just... So, I'm sorry for doubting long DD, by the way. I really was skeptical of the Mirana pick.
Oh, they want to try and fight here, TongFu. They get the hook shot. He's just going to leap out.
He's just going to die.
I think so. There's going to be a charge coming through. The pipe buff is indeed on the Spirit. He's got a BKB as well. He just doesn't care. The bashes come through onto the gyro. Nice gyro. Nice beat. It's game over. GG. Just like that. Well, we were saying, if
I just want to say,
do it. That's
I was the only one that believed in them.
I said I'd like to see them win, but I didn't think they would.
That's
so
fair
I get
That's fair enough. You're definitely right on there. But it was a little bit of a weird draft, but I still feel as though like these kind of teams are really good against a stationary like